Hello. I want to tell you a story of a physician who advised the other physicians that they should wash and sterilize their hands before performing procedures. They told him he was crazy. Ignaz Semmelweis lived in the 1800s. He was a Hungarian physician. He noticed that when women gave childbirth, if they had a midwife, the baby had much higher chance of living than if medical students had helped in the delivery. He thought, could it be because of their inexperience? After researching it and investigating it, he realized that many of the medical students performed autopsies on people who had sepsis and then they delivered the babies. So he thought there may be some connection. He started advising them to wash and sterilize their hands when assisting in the deliveries. Death rate decreased from 7.8% down to 1.8% over a 3-month period. And he concluded that it was because of the hand washing and sterilizing the hands. He told the other physicians and announced that hand washing is something that they needed to do. They told him it was crazy because this went against the scientific and medical opinions of the time. So they rejected his opinion. Also in the 1800s, Pasteur came up with the way of pasteurizing milk. So this was prior to them realizing that there were bacteria, there were microbes, there were germs. There were these invisible things that could be impacting our health. There were these small, undetectable things, millions of them on our hands, in our bodies, that could impact our health, could impact our thoughts. They didn't know about microbiology and microorganisms. So they didn't realize that there were these unseen things that were impacting us in our physical real world. In Ephesians chapter 6, Paul tells us about the spiritual war that we're in. He says that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but that our enemy, the devil, is in the heavenly realms. He's basically advising us that there are unseen things in an unseen realm that have a real impact on our physical world, and that we have an enemy that we're fighting against. He goes on to tell us how to fight against this enemy. He tells us to put on the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, to put on our shoes of faith, to have the shoes of peace, gospel of peace, our shield of faith, our helmet of salvation, and to use the sword of the Spirit. I'm going to do a series of videos telling us how to use each of these pieces of armor so we'll know how to fight against the devil when that evil day comes and how to be prepared for spiritual warfare.